Your shadow sometimes lingered, continuing movements long after you stopped, as if it wanted to finish what you wouldn't. The wallpaper peeled back, revealing words written in a language you somehow understood. You woke to find someone had tucked you in, though you lived alone. The sound of breathing came from inside your pillow. The reflection in the window waved even though you hadn't moved. Every time you blinked, the picture frame on the wall showed a different version of you. A pair of footsteps ran toward you, then vanished before reaching you. Your phone typed out a message on its own. Don't let them see you. The radio played a song you used to sing as a child, but no station was tuned. You woke up with sand under your fingernails and no memory of where you'd been. The sound of pages turning echoed from the closed book on your desk. A stranger's handwriting filled your journal, describing things you hadn't done yet. The light bulb flickered in perfect rhythm with your heartbeat. You found a door in your house you'd never noticed before, locked from the inside. The stars above you shifted into shapes you recognized from your dreams. A photograph on your phone showed you smiling with someone who doesn't exist. The candle flame bent toward you, whispering faint words. Something knocked from under the floorboards 3 times, waiting for a reply. A figure stood in your shower, gone when you opened the curtain. Every mirror in the house cracked the moment you spoke your name aloud. The old teddy bear you threw away years ago appeared on your bed. The smell of smoke filled the room, though nothing burned. The reflection in your spoon blinked, but you hadn't. You woke to find your shoes wet, as if you'd been walking through rain. A lullaby played faintly from beneath the floor. You caught your reflection standing a second too long after you walked away. The lights flickered, revealing a second shadow behind yours. A voicemail appeared on your phone, filled with your own screams. The houseplant whispered, "Leave." A face formed in the condensation on your window and smiled. You woke up holding someone else's hand. The clock ticked backward for a full minute before stopping altogether. You found feathers in your bed, though you own no birds. The walls shook with the sound of distant laughter. A second reflection stood behind you in the mirror. You sneezed, and something whispered, "Bless you," from the empty room. The ground outside your window shifted like something crawled beneath it. A scream echoed from your phone, though it was powered off. Your name was scratched into the paint on your front door overnight. You heard someone knocking from inside your closet. The echo of your footsteps didn't stop when you did. You found a single tooth on your desk, still warm. The blinds opened on their own, revealing nothing but darkness outside. A second heartbeat throbbed faintly from inside your chest. You saw yourself sleeping peacefully in your bed while you stood awake. Every time you inhaled, the room grew colder. The reflection in the darkened TV smiled wider than you ever could. You woke to find your bed floating inches above the floor. The hallway stretched longer each time you walked down it. A pair of glowing eyes blinked open under your bed. Your computer typed out the words, "I know what you did." A face appeared in the wood grain of your door, mouthing words. You turned on the faucet, and blood poured out instead of water. The old rocking chair creaked back and forth without anyone touching it. You woke with a handprint burned into your skin. The closet door opened to reveal total darkness deeper than night. A whisper called your name from inside your chest. The photos on your wall now showed someone watching from behind you. Your shadow was missing when you stepped outside. A faint scratching grew louder inside the ceiling until it stopped suddenly. The moon glowed red, and you swore it was watching you. A glass shattered in the kitchen, though no one was there. The candle went out, and someone whispered, "Thank you." A doll appeared in your living room, wearing your clothes. You woke up locked outside your house with the lights on inside. A stranger's reflection appeared next to you in the window. Your pillow whispered a lullaby you had forgotten. The attic door creaked open by itself. Every time you closed your eyes, something touched your shoulder. A photograph on your phone showed you standing where you are now. You found a diary on your bed written by someone who described your life in detail. The sound of chains dragging echoed down the hallway. The light flickered, and for a second, every wall was covered in eyes. A cold hand brushed yours as you reached for the doorknob. The shadow in the corner whispered, "Don't leave me." You found a note written in your handwriting that read, "Don't trust yourself." A stranger's voice sang from the drain in your sink. The mirror fogged and spelled, "It's behind you." You heard faint crying through your phone's speaker. The stars spelled your name when you looked up. The fridge door opened slowly, revealing an empty inside except for a single eye staring back. You saw your reflection blink out of sync. A faint heartbeat echoed from under the floor. Your breath lingered in the air longer than it should. You woke to find your name carved into the wall above your bed. The doorknob melted like wax beneath your hand. A pale figure stood in your hallway until you blinked. The TV turned on, showing you sleeping. Your reflection mouthed words you couldn't hear. The blinds closed themselves in the middle of the day. The floor shook as though something massive crawled underneath. You found an old photograph of yourself, smiling with strangers. The mirror cracked in the shape of your face. You woke with mud covering your legs, though your bed was clean. The night grew silent, too silent, as if the world stopped breathing. A face appeared in the steam rising from your tea. Someone whispered, "Run," into your ear as you fell asleep. The doorbell rang, and when you opened it, no one was there, but your name was carved into the step. You saw a shadow crawl across the ceiling. Every clock in your house stopped at 3:33 a.m. You woke to find footprints circling your bed. A strange voice recited your dreams back to you. Your phone buzzed with a text that said, "Look up." The lights dimmed, leaving only your reflection glowing faintly. A figure stood outside your window, taller than the trees. You found a key in your hand when you woke, but no lock for it. The radio static whispered your childhood secrets. You caught your shadow waving when you didn't. A knock echoed inside your chest like a heartbeat. You woke to find your blanket pulled tight over your face. The ceiling fan spun faster and faster until it stopped suddenly. A strange song played through your headphones at full volume. The mirror on the wall was warm to the touch. Someone wrote, "Help me," on your fogged window. You saw glowing eyes in the bushes outside. The floorboards whispered, "Go back to sleep." You woke to find your room covered in feathers. A cold breath fogged your glasses, though no one was near. Your reflection lingered as you turned away. The old photograph of your family had one new person added to it. You found a message carved into your desk. "It's not over." A chair in the corner swayed gently, rocking as if someone invisible sat there. The hallway light dimmed whenever you stepped beneath it, only to brighten the moment you passed. You woke to find the bedroom door locked from the inside. Something small scurried under your bed, but you don't own any pets. The mirror in your closet showed your back, even though you were facing it. A soft child's giggle echoed behind you every time you closed your eyes. You found a feather tucked into your pillow, wet with something warm. The shadows on the wall grew taller than the objects that cast them. Your breath fogged the air even though the heater was running. Every time you blinked, the painting on the wall shifted its expression. The phone vibrated across the table, displaying an incoming call from your own number. A dark figure stood outside your window, but you lived on the 15th floor. The house groaned louder than the storm outside, as though it disliked the rain. You smelled fresh earth, though every plant in your house had died. The reflection of the moon in your window didn't match the sky outside. You felt something crawl slowly across your stomach as you lay frozen. The lights dimmed until only your shadow was visible, and it waved. A distant scream echoed from your voicemail, time-stamped an hour from now. You found old photographs of yourself as a child, standing beside strangers you've never met. The faucet ran red for a moment, before turning back to water. Your shadow split into two beneath the streetlight. A whisper sighed into your ear. You can't hide forever. The candles relit themselves after you blew them out. Every page in the book you opened had the same sentence. They're behind you. You caught your reflection mouthing a word you couldn't hear. The floor beneath you pulsed faintly like a heartbeat. A knock echoed 3 times from inside the walls. You heard a lullaby playing faintly from the attic. You woke with the taste of soil in your mouth. The photo on your desk now showed you asleep in bed. Your shadow stretched unnaturally long, reaching the ceiling. The window fogged with words spelled backward. You felt someone tug gently at your sleeve as you walked. The bed shifted downward as though someone sat beside you. You found fingerprints pressed into the mirror glass on the inside. Your shadow sometimes lingered, continuing movements long after you stopped, as though it had its own unfinished story to tell. When you turned the key, the lock whispered, "Not tonight." The lamp flickered 3 times, each flash showing someone closer in the corner of your room. The radio played a lullaby you knew, though you couldn't remember who taught it to you. The cracks on the ceiling lined up to form words that spelled your name. A pale handprint appeared on the glass shower door, larger than yours. The old clock struck 13 and silence followed. You caught a glimpse of yourself walking away in the corner of your eye. The air conditioner hummed a melody you had heard at a funeral. The door creaked open, but no draft passed through. Your phone rang once, and the missed call said tomorrow. The echo of your footsteps returned with 1 extra step. A child's drawing appeared on your refrigerator, one you never made. The wallpaper curled back, revealing dozens of small, watching eyes. Someone whispered your childhood nickname in a voice you hadn't heard in years. The ground beneath your feet throbbed faintly like something alive. The painting's eyes shifted upward toward the ceiling. Your own laughter echoed faintly behind you, though you hadn't smiled. The floorboard groaned your name. You opened a cupboard and found it lined with your own shoes. A pale figure lingered in the reflection of your phone screen. The ceiling fan spun faster, though it wasn't turned on. A pair of shoes stood by your bed, wet with mud. The wind chimes outside sang a perfect melody in your name. You heard soft chewing in the empty room. A feather drifted down, though there were no birds inside. The TV froze on your face, though you weren't on the program. A shadow crossed the room, though every light was off. The cat hissed at the corner, but there was nothing there. A note slipped under your door read, "Don't look up." The mirror cracked in the shape of a smile. The ground outside had fresh footprints circling your home. The photograph on the wall now showed someone standing behind you. The doorknob rattled when you whispered hello. A clock ticked only when you held your breath. You smelled perfume, the same one your grandmother wore, though she'd been gone for years. The window pane trembled as if someone tapped from the other side. A strand of hair floated down from the ceiling. You woke with dirt in your bed. Every book on your shelf had 1 page torn out, the same number. You heard 2 sets of breathing, yours and another's. A candle lit itself in the dark. The walls pulsed like lungs inhaling. You opened the fridge to find a single eyeball staring back. The ceiling leaked red, drop by drop. Your shadow raised its hand when you didn't. The phone's flashlight turned on, pointing straight at you. A lullaby echoed faintly from the drain. Your reflection mouthed behind you. The darkness in the corner smiled wider than it should. The sound of typing echoed from your laptop, though your hands were still. The bedsheets pulled themselves tight across your body. The hallway stretched longer than it should have, doors multiplying as you walked. A soft knock tapped from inside your closet. The bathroom mirror fogged, though the shower was cold. Your shadow whispered something you couldn't hear. A scream played faintly on repeat from your headphones, even unplugged. The kettle whistled, though you hadn't filled it. Someone wrote soon in the condensation of your window. You saw a hand reaching out of the drain. Your reflection shook its head slowly while you smiled. The ceiling paint bubbled, like it was breathing. A voice called you from the exact spot you were standing in. The chair rocked on its own, scraping the floor with every push. You heard a door slam, but every door was open. The television, static, spelled out your birthday. A whisper tickled your ear, though no one was near. The clock struck midnight, and every photo frame turned face down. You found teeth scattered across the table, none of them yours. The walls dripped with water, though it hadn't rained in weeks. A shadow passed over you, though nothing was above. You woke with writing carved into your arm. Wake up. The air turned warm, like someone exhaled behind your neck. A child's voice hummed your favorite song. The blinds opened slowly, one slat at a time. You heard running upstairs, though you lived alone. The candlelight bent toward you like it was watching. Your name echoed from the unplugged radio. Something brushed your ankle under the bed. The doorknob turned, but the door never opened. A doll appeared on your dresser, smiling wider each night. The sink filled itself with water that smelled of iron. You found a letter sealed with your own blood. A photo in your phone gallery showed you asleep, taken moments ago. You woke up facing the wrong direction in bed. The mirror fog spelled, "You're not alone." The air conditioner whispered a name you didn't know. A single shoe sat at the foot of your bed. Your voice called out from the stairwell. The light bulb above you buzzed in Morse code.